Okay, really quick. So, episode 2 got corrupted, so this is actually episode 2 and episode 3. Here we go! Alright. Let's get to work. So, I have terrible news, as I was saying. Terrible news. The kings of Future House are dead.
Yeah.
Or one of
Kings
those.
of Electronica, French House, just EDM, sort of like the biggest component and proprietors of like EDM. I feel.
It's over. And when we started, I just want to say welcome back to the 3rd episode of Island Gems. If you're listening to this, then you probably got like a batch of 3 episodes completely out of context in a row.
Yeah.
Because we've been recording these and not really uploading them because we're just trying to make sure that everything is streamlined, but we still want to talk. We still want to do the show. So we keep recording, you know. But and there's a chance that we might have a complete format change, but
Oh yeah. Most likely. I feel like it would be better, honestly. Like the format change.
It might make it fun.
No spoilers, but I think it'll be fun.
Pero
yeah, they're gone, man.
Yeah, they're gone. And I wanted to say we started recording this and Raul was like trying to talk to me and I was like, let's just record. No. Let's just record because I have a lot of how are we not going to talk about this? And I just this is going to be a Daft Punk episode because I feel like that was
for the most part, yeah.
It meant a lot to both of us, especially you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. They're the reason. They're one of the reasons as to why I got into the whole like audio recording and music making and shit like that.
Yeah.
I honestly can't believe it that they fucking separated. It's kind of.
Did you watch the video?
I did. I wasn't really surprised by the video itself. It's an old video. Like, it's a... What do they call it? It's not Interstellar. They had another project.
Wow, my tooth.
For...
I hit my tooth with the beer. You hear it?
Already drunk? Damn. It's pretty quick. It was like a project they made for... I think it was Human After All.
Okay.
They did the same like whole movie format for that album.
Oh, I see.
So it's like an old take.
Ah, I see.
But I was not expecting like the two hands just being placed together and having like from 1993 to 2021.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was expecting like another album drop or something.
I don't buy it.
Because it just says Epilogue.
Yeah, Epilogue. I don't buy it. Epilogue is going to be another album. I'm going to hold out. And then maybe this is their last album, you know?
Okay. They might do that. But honestly, we don't fucking know.
I just can't believe they would just leave. I mean, because... And everyone on Twitter, I've seen a lot of assholes, or I guess like naysayers on Twitter. They're like, "What's the big deal?" And you know, Daft Punk hasn't made music for 10 years, and I'm like,
"That's true."
Yeah, bitch, but now they never will. They didn't have to bury the hatchet, you know.
Yeah.
Gorillaz was missing for like a decade, and no one said shit either. And look at them, they're back.
They're still together and doing music. You know what fucking sucks? Like,
yeah.
I wanted to see these guys live, like at some point in my life.
And that's never gonna happen now.
And that might never happen. Yeah. Sucks ass.
I don't have a doubt in my mind that maybe we'll get an album in like 20 years. But
in 20 years? Did you say? Did you say that? 20 years?
They're gonna milk it.
Oh, I don't know.
Like Epilogue, if Epilogue isn't real, I don't doubt that in 20 years they'll come back together. But
maybe.
But it really
we also
sucks.
don't know the details as to why they're breaking up because they're so mysterious. They've always been like that. They're so not serious, but
mysterious. I mean.
Oh, mysterious. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like they just don't give any hints to anything. Like the Random Access Memories, that album dropped a little bit out of nowhere. Like let's have like some teasers.
Yeah. Do you remember when that happened? I remember when we first discovered Daft Punk. And it was like a 10th grade.
Yeah.
I remember Kevin ran up to us, I think.
10th grade, yeah.
And he was like, "Bro, have you heard this song? It was an old song. It was harder, better, faster, stronger. But like we had rediscovered it, I guess. And to us, it was like the holy grail of music. And then there were these apps. You remember that app that you could like play harder, better, faster, stronger?
Oh, it was like a green one. Yeah.
And we were like, "Whoa, this is amazing!" It was like,
oh man,
it was our lives. And
yeah.
we totally jumped down this rabbit hole, discovering electronic music, discovering funk, discovering and then Skrillex and the dubstep phenomenon happened, and then suddenly Random Access Memories just came out of nowhere and shook everything to its core.
Yeah, dropped in 2013.
2013.
And they're
last leg
just
of our
like
senior year, I think.
Yeah, yeah, too.
Wait.
Yeah, we graduated in 2013.
Didn't we? No, I think it was 2012. 2013?
2013, yeah. I believe so.
But yeah,
I'll Google it. You think our school's gonna come up?
I
like all the
like
years?
There's at least gonna be a Facebook page that says class of 2012.
Oh yeah.
Jaguars.
You know what? I'm actually part of that fucking page or whatever.
So am I. I posted a message after like 5 years. Like the last message was 5 years ago, and I went in and I said like, hey, really hope we do a because someone said like, oh, we should meet up again, and I'm like, hey, I like that idea, and someone replied, oh, late to the party, Jay, and I'm like, suck a dick, bitch, like I didn't have to show the fuck up. Justin Borrero, actually Justin was the guy who was being sweet, but I don't know who the fuck said that shit. And I'm like, go eat my ass, motherfucker. I just want to flex my fucking Mustang, my girlfriend, and how like emotionally stable I am now, but fuck
Hell
you.
Yeah.
I'm peaking now, bitch. How was high school, Christopher? I bet your life sucks now.
Oh, dude. But yeah, just like that album dropped in the same way that they kind of broke up, which is kind of sad, because they only sent like a teaser and like Coachella, and everyone that recorded that's kind of like how everyone knew, holy shit, they're making another album. And then the album dropped.
That's crazy.
And it was a happy time, but now it's a sad time. Just a sad time.
I feel like that group had a lot to do with our, like you said, our upbringing and genuinely the musical taste. Like, even though I don't talk about it, and maybe I might have a lot of people now that might say, well, Jay, you don't really talk about Daft Punk. How could they really mean that much to you? But I mean, they really did. I mean, the reason I produce, I started, they might not be what they are to you. I'm not even going to try and compare that. But I started with Daft Punk. And I slowly moved, like through Daft Punk, I discovered like the sound in electronic music that I liked, and especially with Random Access Memories, which was so funky. And then from there to future funk, it was like a skipping stone, and that's when I found Macross, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to make.
Young Bay, all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they're so fucking. It's hard to place them as to what they do, because we're like, yeah, they're gods of like electronic, but then like Random Access Memories comes out, and it's completely like left field from everything they've done, and it's like, fuck, these guys are geniuses. They collaborated with the Nile Rodgers, which is like the guitarist from Chic, something like that.
And
very
it's so musically it just you know that song Giorgio from that same album?
Yeah.
That song I feel captures the album perfectly, and the group of Daft Punk as like the stuff that Giorgio says, Giovanni Giorgio, in that album.
Yeah,
it's a sample, right? But what he says in that interview, I feel like perfectly captures what they are about. And it's funny because I feel like maybe Skrillex had tried to do the same thing like a few years prior, or maybe after, I don't remember, with that quote with the Doors. What's this guy's name? What's the singer of the Doors?
I don't
Jim
know.
Morrison. Jim Morrison talking about how he thinks in a few years music is going to be a bunch of tapes and it's going to be one guy. You know the quote, right? It's a famous
not really,
quote.
but
well, it's I don't know what song it is in. I think it's in I'm Breaking a Sweat.
Yeah, I know the song.
Yeah, and he's talking about like, in a few years I could picture. So he says it just like
Oh
that,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
music being made by one person instead of multiple
Uh-huh.
people, and multiple
In a
machines
room
and
with
tapes,
uh-huh.
and yeah,
Yeah.
like I feel like it was kind of that, but like what Jim said in that quote, it was good, but I feel like what Skrillex accomplished with that song, it was just a sample. That's what it felt like. But
Right.
the Giorgio song is so
It's
like
it's more of a story,
it's
really, because
not even more
it's
of a
how
story,
he
but
started.
yeah, and it's so it has such an impact the way he's talking about that line that he says that if you leave behind all of these constructs of what music should sound like and what music is, you can find a world of new sounds and ideas. And it was like, damn, okay,
Yep.
okay,
Yep.
Daft, okay, Daft Punk, I get it.
But
That was
everybody just
really-
calls me Giorgio.
Oh my god! That single part where he talks about like, he knows synthesizers, so he's just gonna. He knew he had to put the beat,
The click, yeah.
the click, and then it just stops the whole song, and it's just a click. Oh,
Yeah.
goosebumps!
Yeah.
Honestly, and I used to have a lot of resentment for what Kanye did to Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger for a long time, but I gotta be honest, the song's pretty good too.
It's good. It's good.
But the man, Daft Punk.
Yeah, they're gone.
How did
just-
they influence you? You talk to me a little bit.
Honestly, sampling. Like when it comes to sampling, and like you start listening to One More Time, like the whole Discovery album
Right.
is basically them just listening to old records
Right.
and just fucking with them and just going, well, this sounds good, looped. Maybe you can make a whole song out of it. And for a while I tried to do that. I have a couple songs that I have samples on.
And it's not as
And
it's not as easy as you think.
No. It's a lot of like,
An art.
yeah, making it match BPM and making it sound right with other things. Lots of processing, side chaining, stuff like that. It's also, I feel like it's also the basis for like future funk.
Yeah, for sure. It really
'Cause,
is the basis. Discovery, I feel like somewhere between Discovery and Random Access Memory, Future Funk sits.
Yeah.
So you're 100% right on that. And I mean, the aesthetic of Discovery is Future Funk. The whole album
Pretty much, yeah.
has an anime show.
Right, exactly.
Which I never understand. Is this show made for the album, or was the the show that already exist and they just kind of played with it?
No, they
Because it's a whole
they made-
show.
yeah. They made the album, and then they reached out to, I forget what the artist, what his name is.
I can figure that out for you.
But yeah, they reached out to him and they're like, "Hey, could you make a whole show based on our album?"
I
It's
see.
wild.
And
Yeah.
that's what they did.
And it's like a big artist, too.
555 by fuck my ass. Oh, it's by Toei Animation actually.
I think he worked on Astro Boy, if I'm not mistaken.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I think he worked on Astro Boy.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's by Toei Animation, so I believe you. Director is Leiji Matsumoto. Yep, here we go. Machine Eye, Gun Frontier. Oh, Space Battleship Yamato. That alone.
Oh, there you go.
What a credit. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy, man.
And
So
they're like, okay.
and look at that. Look, that's a great example of. You mentioned how Random Access Memories is just so different to everything else they make, and so Experimental Discovery is just its own thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about Daft Punk is that they refuse to sit in one genre. They're just like, I'm gonna do this now, and they're the masters of. You mentioned in a tweet that they're masters of sampling.
Yeah.
And I agree. They're also the masters of creating themes in albums.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, that's really incredible.
Yeah, it's really crazy how Homework came out. I think that was their
Homework.
first album.
I love Homework. It's the
And
first one. Yeah.
that one's
Homework
just like
is
just
very
house.
yes.
It's just
Yes.
classic 909 like house. Like stuff that you would hear in like parties
Yeah.
or in like a club.
And it's like every album is banger after banger after banger.
Yeah, yeah. They just didn't know how to stop. God.
Give me a
And
sec,
they
give
didn't
me a
even
sec,
start
give me a
like
sec,
that
hold
too.
sentence. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Gracias. Okay, repeat that whole thing.
They didn't even start like that too. It's actually pretty funny. They like how they got their name is also interesting cuz they were playing in a band. They were part of a band. I think it was called Darlin
Darlin.
or something like that. Yeah. And someone reviewed them like in a newspaper.
Right?
And the reviewer was like, "Oh, it's just a bunch of fucking Dafty Punk." And they're like, "Huh.
Okay,
Interesting."
I'll take that.
Yeah, that's mine now. Oh god. They were a punk rock band at first. It's fucking nuts.
Crazy. That's crazy.
And then they broke up and then they started doing like their own thing. Have you heard their works by themselves?
No, I never
Oh
have.
boy. That's a whole nother that's just French house all the way.
I love
Just
it.
disco. Yeah.
Well, I'm
it's
definitely
great.
gonna need some. Give me some song names. The audience, get a notebook.
Oh, no, actually it's a lie. You have heard one. Music Sounds Better for You.
Music sounds better for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it on YouTube through my headphones, and I'll let you know.
You've definitely heard it before. Oh yeah, yeah. It's a fucking classic, and that was just one half of them.
Stardust. So are they behind the scenes here?
What do you mean?
It says this is a song by Stardust.
Yeah, Stardust. Yeah, Stardust is another group. It's like Thomas, which is one of the half.
You're right. I've
Yeah.
heard this.
And Phoenix, who's someone else, like a buddy of theirs.
Gotcha. Oh, music
dude.
died.
Well,
Music
don't
died.
go that far.
The
but...
last soul of music died today.
No, there's still someone else.
It's crazy because people who
You know him.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
It's crazy because people. I always like people. I'm working out with Giovanna's friends recently, and I think I mentioned this in a prior episode. And like last time, I think, or like a few nights ago, we were working out, and I let go of my hair while I was running, and they were like, "Oh, he's showing off his metal head, his metal hair,
Oh,
like a
yeah.
metalero," and I was like, "Diablo, la gente me ve como metalero. People think that's what I am." Because I don't identify as like a metalhead at all. I feel like the music as a kid and in high school I was really into rock, and I still love rock, and I'll still die by the by Metallica
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like my real aesthetic is closer to French house and like future funk and vaporwave and
Yeah.
that really
yeah.
weird shit now.
Yeah.
It's really I really found myself there.
Were you working out with a like a rock band shirt or something?
I have a lot of black tees. I'm not gonna lie.
Probably
Here's
then.
the
Yeah.
thing. It's funny. A lot of the shirts I had back in high school, they still fit me, and that's been a real issue because I don't know how to get rid of them. As long as they keep fitting me, I keep wearing them, even though it's not
Right.
my aesthetic anymore. So now that I have a job, I've been slowly trying to remake my wardrobe. That's one of the first things I said I wanted to do when I had money. And like I'm putting some pinks, some purples, some yellows in there, really flashy,
Right.
flamboyant, pastel.
Yeah, pastel.
Yeah. And I buy a lot of Teddy Fresh because I really like what they're going for there.
Oh yeah.
But it's a little expensive, so like my closet, it's like just black, and then there's like pink, and it's like okay,
Just one. Yeah.
so it's really funny.
Just one shirt.
But like if I'm just gonna go out, I'm gonna go to Wendy's or something. I'll just grab the first shirt I see and I put it on, and that usually is like this band tee, So I am a little bit. I've dug myself pretty deep in my own hole. So
My I don't know. My wardrobe's pretty normal, I guess. I don't really have a style, I suppose. I'm just basic.
Daft.
Either jeans
You
or
basic
cargo
bitch.
pants. Yeah, I'm pretty basic.
Basic.
Pretty, pretty basic.
Cargo pants. What's basic about having multiple pockets?
I guess, yeah.
Human After All. I'm gonna look up the discography in that one. I think that one has Robot Rock, right?
Robot Rock, Technologic.
Technologic.
What's another one? Human After All, obviously.
Technologic. It doesn't kill me.
It's alright. It's nice live. If you hear it live,
Gotcha.
it's fucking amazing. Cause they fuck with the words on the
I
live
see.
album. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it's okay. It's not like harder, better, faster, stronger, where it's the
No.
same concepts really, but it like they make a song out of the very words they're repeating, which is really cool. Like that, the lead instrument is by the end of the song it's just the words spoken, right? That they kind of guess they run it through a vocoder. What's going on there?
For Technologic, it's just for harder,
Harder,
harder, better, faster, stronger. Yeah, it's just a vocoder,
Right.
or not a vocoder. It's a talk box.
Right.
That's what it is.
They just run it through and it gets really exciting towards the end. But I feel like Technologic is very consistent, and I guess
Yeah.
it is a little boring to hear on the track.
It
Unlike
can
Robot
be.
Rock, which is the same beat for like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
But if
yeah.
you need me to do a homework, if you need me to fucking play some like a 40-minute match of League of Legends, not sponsored. If you need me to do anything that's remotely repetitive, I can just burn through it. Which is just like on repeat.
I think they're also the first. I think they're also the first artist to kind of pick and choose like elements from their songs, and use them live on like in one whole like act. You ever notice that?
Well, I don't know anything about their live work, so you're gonna have to
Oh boy,
it's
their
really
live
great.
work is fucking insane.
talk to me about it.
I feel like they just grab like stems of like their projects, and they're like, hey, this is in the same key as this song. They actually do it with Robot Rock and Technologic.
Really?
They're like, this is pretty much in the same key, so we can
So
just
they
run with this.
remix their own music.
Their own songs.
That's really
Their
cool.
own songs.
That's really
fucking
cool.
Skrillex said that, like, that's where he learned it from. He was
I
like,
see.
holy shit, yeah. Like, you can do this? You can just fucking take your own songs and make a whole ass new song? Like, oh, fuck. I have to show it to you.
Yes, please. We're never gonna get anything that good. We're never gonna get anything.
Probably
that
not,
good,
no.
and it hurts so much. But it is also what makes it special.
Yeah.
How many albums?
Not that many.
I don't count the Tron ones.
Tron's,
And they're
yeah,
good.
it's like a
They're
soundtrack.
good, but it's like a soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
Like, actual albums,
Random
they've
Access
got...
Memories, Discovery, Homework, Even After All.
Yep.
Live 07, right? That one counts?
Yeah, that's like their live thing.
Oh, that's live. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Daft
Their
Club.
tour.
What's that?
I need to show you this fucking... Just the intro. That's actually the intro to their
I
tour
see.
or whatever. You know how they also made what EDM, like the staging of EDM right now,
Yeah.
they standardized that.
Oh.
They made that. Yeah. Everyone else was just, table, two CDJs,
And that's it.
a mixer, yeah, and that's it. These guys made a whole ass production, like a whole ass show.
Performance.
Yeah. Like lights, music, reactions, energy,
That's
that
crazy.
sort of shit. Yeah.
That's just crazy, man.
Yeah. And their first pop up was Coachella. They're like, everyone was like curious too. They're like, Daft Punk? Really? What are they
these
gonna do?
robots?
Yeah, and then the
that's
fucking
fucking-
the curtains go from side to side, and everyone's just fucking losing it because they just see this giant ass triangle with a fuckload of LEDs,
That's crazy.
and they're just
cool.
standing in the middle of it.
That's crazy.
They-
Cool,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, dude,
That's crazy cool.
these are some legends, and I'll never get to experience that. Never ever.
But now it's our duty to pay homage or homage. Like we gotta take what they taught us and. Yeah, I saw the meme. I'm not gonna take credit. But before Daft Punk left, they said, "My final message: change the world." So we gotta change the world. We gotta change the world.
I'd love to, honestly.
I hate to be the basic bitch, but Random Access Memory is your best album.
It's really good. I mean, it won.
I hate to be.
It's what won them a Grammy. A Grammy? That's the one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Not the Oscar, no.
No. Okay. Yeah, the Grammy. They got a Grammy for that one, like the best album for that year or whatever.
I just feel like Get Lucky, which is an amazing song, casts too big of a shadow on the rest of the album.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
It is too good for its own good, I guess.
Right. I feel like Get Lucky is just the cherry on top.
Yeah. And I don't want to say,
the rest of the
Get
whole
Lucky's
cake.
overrated. If anyone tells me my favorite Daft Punk song is Get Lucky, then I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, amazing song.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, whatever.
That shit's a
Yeah.
bop. Not the radio version. If you listen to the radio version, I'm calling you out now. You're a pussy. Stop that shit. Fucking, you sit and you listen to the 8 minutes. You fucking indecisive little shit, you know. What happened in your childhood that you can't sit still for 8 minutes and enjoy that song? So stop listening to the radio mix, listen to the real long one, and then we're good. But the rest of the album is just, oh my god.
Yeah, dude. I think my favorite one from Random Access Memories has to be Beyond. Beyond, straight up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually tearing up right now just thinking about it. Makes me cry every now and then. Beyond is such a soul-touching song. Like it's a masterpiece.
It's
yeah,
everything.
just all the right notes hit. Their fucking talk box thing, their conversation. Like I feel like they're talking to one another. And it's like, oh my god, it's
everything.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah.
I think it's Give Life Back to Music for me.
Oh, that one's great. That's a fucking intro for the album.
It just starts
like...
off. Rogers.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Starts out pretty loud too. Like it's like a rock thing going on at first.
What an album.
Oh yeah.
What a group. I see you sent me a link.
Yeah. That's the that's our stage, by the way.
You know, I feel like this podcast could benefit. Man, you really did tear up, huh?
Yeah.
This live or this podcast could really benefit from it being a video show as well. If we could just plug in videos to watch with the audience, it would be unstoppable.
I feel like that would work with our format.
With the format.
Our new format.
By the way,
yeah,
I'm currently watching the remix of Robot Rock with Touch It and Technologic and the Alive 07 album or the performance.
Yeah, this is like the first song they start off with on their tour. I wish I could. It's probably around here somewhere. Daft Punk Coachella 06. That's like their first appearance.
This is the Sounds of the Future. I think shit like this.
They have the full set.
I feel like music. Oh, perfect. Music
Sweet.
hasn't like I feel like Okay, I hate to be a hipster about it, but I feel like music doesn't. You don't get a chance to make a new genre every day.
No.
And I feel like these pioneers that just get in there, not just Daft Punk, but like musically speaking, these musical pioneers just come out there and do some really weird shit that sometimes doesn't really hit. They're really onto something more often than not,
Yeah. Well, I mean, with Random Access Memories, I don't think they pioneered anything. They just perfected something, really.
But Daft Punk are pioneers. They just are pioneers.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have been from the beginning. They've just been setting the standard of what techno music could sound like You
Mm-hmm.
know what that futuristic sound could sound like, and Random Access Memories was just saying, hey, you've heard us go digital, now watch what we can do with some real instruments.
Yeah.
Which I feel like ultimately kind of what they do. You keep talking about that. You mentioned the sampling thing. Um, Random Access Memories is like they're sampling real music. Does that make sense? Like it's like I guess. Well, okay. Let me rephrase this. If like usually they take stuff and they use it as samples and then they remix it or they change it up and they
Mm-hmm.
give it like their own Daft Punk twist, right?
Yeah.
So Random Access Memories is kind of like what would happen is instead of a sample they just had a live band and they told the live band, okay, do your thing, and then
Right.
we are
Okay.
going to see what we can do with you.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I understand. Yeah.
So
Like
you kind of say it's the same thing.
having a living sample instead of like a yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah. Oh
Oh
man.
man. Wow, the camera work for this is incredible. It's the
Yeah.
stage and the camera work.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite one? Daft or Punk?
Man, I don't know. It's hard to choose between
Yeah,
the two.
I have to pick one Daft Punk. One Daft or one Punk right now.
Which is Daft and which is Punk, though?
Well, that's that's up to you to decide. Thomas or Guy?
I feel like Thomas would be probably my favorite
Thomas
one
is
of the
the
two.
white one, right?
He's the the chrome
Right.
uh
Chrome.
with the mouth and
The one
yeah.
that blew up.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
That was a big fuck you to you. Yeah, he's my favorite one too.
Although the other guy, his helmet's a lot more expressive than
And a
than
lot
Thomas.
cooler, but I just like Thomas a lot more.
Yeah, more low key. I don't know.
He's taller, that's what I like.
I like tall men, long tang and handsome. If you're lower than 5'8", don't at me.
Don't at me. Sorry. No short kings. There's no such
No.
thing.
Sorry, then. I'm so sorry.
So that's pretty much all I gotta say about Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Any parting words?
Thank you.
I
That's
like
really, really what I have to say. Just honestly, just thank you so much for every banger and the inspiration. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I agree, man. Well, I guess moving on, you can't just make it the sad that the two boys cry over robots. So we're acting like they died, but they're fine.
Yeah, but
You
they're
know?
okay. Yeah, they're fine.
Show. What have you been up to these past 2 weeks? We didn't record last week or the week before. So
No, we didn't.
what have you been up to?
Honestly, I've just been. I think I told you, but yeah, I've just been playing guitar to myself, finding
that?
chords.
How's that getting you?
It's actually relaxing me a lot, and like it's nice mental exercise. Whenever I'm like down, I'm like, all right, it's time to pick this fucking guitar up,
I like that.
and I'll just play a little bit. Sometimes I play for hours on end, like just hours of me like noodling.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm glad you're back on the guitar. How long has it been since you play?
Oh man. Well, as much
As much as you did
like
back
yeah. Oof. Last I did that was like high school, I
then.
think.
Oof.
Yeah.
You remember the when we used to practice in that old chicken refinery?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's awesome. Those were the days.
Yeah, that was Gabriel and Gilbert.
Yeah,
They were
man.
both with us. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
That shit was great. So I've been doing that. I've got a lot of like stuff written down. I want to work on music real soon because I bought like a sampler. I'm kind of thinking about doing the Daft Punk thing, I guess. The
Do it.
live sample thing, yeah.
Do it.
Like
That's what I
coming up
wanna
with my
do,
own
if I
stuff.
can be honest. Yeah, because
Mhm.
it's just I bought the interface for that reason. Because I wanted
Okay.
to use the real guitar and maybe a
Yeah.
little bit of bass or whatever, capture sounds. But I have been having a lot of trouble with my guitar. I don't know what it is.
Mm.
It's the line. Is it the amp? Like, it's so annoying.
Oh yeah, I remember talking about this.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, fuck. So, and
Think-
now Luis is like, he spams my phone with bullshit, but every so often he shits a gold nugget on my phone,
Nice.
and I happen to catch it, because I don't always catch it, but I happen to catch it, and I caught it this time, and it was just him playing around with Mayonnaise by the Smashing Pumpkins.
Okay.
You know the song?
I know Smashing Pumpkins. I don't know the song.
I'll send you the song. That song means more to me than most music, and it's so weird because I don't think I'm a Smashing Pumpkins stan. It's just that the Smashing Pumpkins. I just found that band in a really like sad time in my life, like high school.
Oh, okay.
And specifically that album today. No, that album, Siamese Dream, is it? It was like peak sad J. So damn, that song hits hard, and he sent me a message of him playing it, and then he replies at the bottom. And I was just talking about like Joanna about this, like, oh, there's this song, like I played it for like 5 seconds and I'm like, nope, and I skipped it because it just brings all
Yeah,
these
too
bad
much.
memories.
Yeah, yeah.
And she was like, why don't you like it? And I was like, I don't know, because it's just, but it's a shame because I love the song. And then Luis is playing that, and then after that he sends a message like, I really love the song, but it makes me feel like shit because of la la la. And I'm like, yo, same. Okay, well, we gotta cover it. There's no other choice. Like,
Yeah.
we now have to do it. So I really want to get this guitar working so I can do these covers. I want to get this guitar working so I can put some like guitar samples in my music, and I've got this new song I'm working on that I'm actually happy with, and it's got some lyrics, and I feel like I'm done with the track itself. It's just more of like adding more lyrics because there's some singing in it, and then I gotta send. I need you to help me. I need you to master it because I don't know how to master. I gotta be honest with you. And
So
and I just
it's
I
not
mean,
that
it's not that hard as someone who has a master's in music production, So
like I'm okay at it. I'm no fucking
he
Dr.
says the
Dre.
master's.
I
in music
have a
production.
bachelor's in music production.
What do you have a master's in?
Internet marketing.
There you go. So
Terrible.
So, well, you should take that music production and internet marketing and make me
No.
pop off. I want to be on
Yeah.
Spotify,
Yeah.
Be my agent. I don't know.
I'll be your agent, but I'll be like the NWA agent who really kind of didn't do them too well.
Didn't
No,
do
I'm
it so
joking.
well. There's this guy in Puerto Rico, a music production dude called. He used to just do music for people, called Jay Cortez. He all he did was
Sounds
just
familiar.
he's in Dakiti. You know the song by Bad Bunny?
I've heard the name.
Right. So
I don't think I've heard the song. No.
well, he used to just make tracks for people.
Mm-hmm.
Like just produce them and just that's it, and take his credit and buy. And I think like a few years ago he was like, I'm gonna do my own thing, and it's been great,
Nice.
because I mean it's as good as you can imagine. A producer who has been making hits for other people finally does his own stuff,
Sweet.
So
Hell
it's
yeah.
it's pretty good. And I'm not saying it's life changing, but it's pretty good. And that could be you. You can be my agent who also makes music. That was my long way of saying you can be my agent who makes music.
I don't think I'd be a very good agent. You know what an agent does, right? He's like the dude who takes care
He's
of
the
you.
guy who like chokes people out, right? Kills
Yeah.
them.
Uh-huh.
Agent 47. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then who the
exactly.
fuck is the agent? No, that's a handler. That's not an agent.
An agent? No, an agent is like the dude who kind
Babysits you?
of does all the legal stuff. Like he makes sure that like if you're on tour, you're gonna stay in a hotel. Like the kind of like the organizer, I
The
guess.
babysitter.
Right. Yeah.
So then, what do
Like,
you
are
do
you
as
eating?
an internet marketer?
Stop doing so many drugs.
No.
It's the 5th time I've seen you with a needle.
No.
That sort of.
You're not
that
my
sort
dad.
No, I'm Morris. I'm your fucking agent.
I own you.
Yeah.
So what could you do as an internet marketer?
Me? Nothing. Honestly. No, it's more like outreach and like
outreach me, you know?
target market and stuff like that.
Me. Come on.
Oof.
Do it for
Dude, I have
my
no
album.
experience actually doing
Well,
that.
here we go. First one. We could be the new Daft Punk.
Oh, that's such a high bar.
Let me take that back. Hold up. Let me rephrase that. We could be a duo of electronic musicians.
Yeah.
Who do not aspire to even touch the toes of Daft Punk.
Right.
That would work. That sets the standard
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah. I think so.
I mean, I don't know. We just gotta get this shit done. You gotta get your
Yeah.
shit done. I gotta get my shit done.
Yeah. I'm super bummed out though that I can't like make a studio basically.
Oh,
anymore.
right. Let's talk about that. So, no climate change, right? No climate control.
No climate control.
Right, I figured.
And pretty much nowhere kind of does the thing that I want to do with the storage space. And then they were like, "Well, maybe you'll do better with an office space." I'm like, okay. And all the office spaces here are like for like multiple. It's for like multiple employers. You know what I mean? It's like it's a ridiculous huge space.
I see.
You know, and it's like I don't need that.
That's something you do with like you pay with different people. I can imagine.
Yeah.
Like if you have different people
Pretty
using the same
much.
space, you could probably.
Mhm. And you have like an actual fucking like company and shit like that.
Right.
Like you're maybe like an attorney.
Yeah, I think it's fine because I mean like, you should just do it in your house for now because I feel like this is a little bit of a monetary investment on something that might not give you any return.
Right. Yeah.
And you don't want to like. It's one thing for you to do music and it doesn't pop off, but you did music. That's fine. But when you start investing in more money, like just more like instead of just buying equipment, now you're investing money in like office spaces and shit like that. Then you're gonna really start hoping that you make money on it, and that's a lot of pressure. That's gonna ruin the fun.
Yeah.
You know? That can be something that maybe in the future you do, but I think you should just do your own thing and focus on finding gigs. Like do that. You'd be surprised on how willing people are to hire other people to play music at their restaurants, you know, at their like places. Even if you have no experience, just send them mixtapes. Like I can do it. Like whatever. I don't know. They're gonna charge you shit. They might pay you a beer, you know, but like
Yeah.
I know this whole like pay me exposure is bullshit, and I agree that's stupid. But I personally am willing to maybe do that once or twice, just to get my name out there, you know.
I feel like that's how Mark Rebele started.
Pretty much, dude. That's what Mark does. Actually, Mark is
Yeah.
a big boy, but he all his old videos is just him at like restaurants and like you know that's what he does, and he just animates people, entertains, and people like that. People like live music. There's also this guy called Dova something. He plays guitar. He's like a one-man band. It kind of does what Mark does, but he has an actual guitar.
Okay.
It's the same business. He just goes restaurant to restaurant, you know, and he's got a YouTube channel and a Twitch, and he kind of mixes everything together. So that's what you should do, you know.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. I think I have something planned out for this room.
Fuck
Probably
yeah, man.
probably sleep. My bedroom will probably become the studio,
Okay,
and not like I'll sleep like somewhere else.
Yeah, fuck it. You can sleep in a fucking
On the
ditch.
couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bed
On
is
a
what you
ditch,
make
Jesus.
of it. Like whatever. Your sister goes to work, right? So while she's working, you're sleeping on her bed. Whatever.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. But yeah, I want to do that. Gabriel wants to collab as well.
Gabriel's fun to collab with, at least, because as far as friends go, he's very consistent. Like he gets projects done.
Oh yeah.
So I do appreciate that.
I like working with him because he'll it happened not too long ago. He'll have 3 different takes, right?
Right.
And you just know that one of them is a fucking meme.
Always.
It's just
That's a
him
fucking meme.
fucking punching his bass guitar or some stupid garbage like that. It just makes me laugh.
Yeah, it's
honestly.
very fun. It's very fun.
What else? Yeah. So far doing pretty okay with staying productive. I do need to upload the episodes though. Like, really need to get on that, but I've been pretty busy as well. So.
Well, that's good news. That's good news.
Yeah. What you been up to?
Pretty much the same. I actually been focusing a little bit on running some tabletops like Cyberpunk. So the last 2 weekends I've been a little busy because I've been doing that, like with multiple parties. And on my downtime, I was working on music, and I had one project that, the same shit that always happened. You kind of think you got something, and then you come back 15 minutes later and you want to jump off a bridge. But the second one I liked, and then I held on to it, and I came back and I still liked it. So I asked my friend James from Denmark, how do I meet these people? I don't know. The world of Twitter is an amazing place. And he knows some of music, so that's kind of how we bond as well. And I'm like, listen, music theory.
Does he play metal?
No.
Surprised.
I get the joke. No. Yeah, he does electronic stuff too. He has some Bandcamp somewhere, but he hasn't released anything in a long time.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was like, music theory speaking, help me make a chorus. I don't know how to fucking transition out of this. And he gave me 2 chords, and I took them and I played around with them, and I made some other stuff, and then suddenly I had a fucking chorus, a bridge, and a version, and a fucking verse, this and that, and I had lyrics, and I feel good. I feel good about it, so I might add that to the EP.
Hell yeah. Okay.
And
if you're ever in a rut with like music theory stuff,
yeah.
there's a tool. It's called, I think it's called the Circle of Fifths.
Okay.
I think. Hold on. I actually own a copy.
He is now.
Yeah, I was looking for
across the room. Welcome back.
Well, this one's called the chord wheel.
Okay.
But I think what it does, I think it's actually called Circle of Fifths. Like that's the actual technical term.
Okay.
But what it does is like for example, say you have something in the key of A.
Okay.
It'll give you all the relative like keys to A.
I
so
see.
It'll give you like D, E, C sharp minor, F sharp minor, stuff like that.
Okay.
And if you're ever in a rut, you can probably use that to
Well,
like
that sounds
help you out.
helpful. I'll look that up.
Yeah.
Or if you can send me a picture, that'd be nice too.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I usually do is like I'll play around, and by the way, I still don't know how to connect my launch pad. You need to help me out with that. It's had this compatibility issue ever since I plugged in my interface, and I don't know what's going on. So I have no choice but to play the fucking keys on my dinky ass keyboard.
Yeah.
So my keyboard. This is for the audience. I mean, like the keyboard what I write with,
the computer keyboard.
Yeah.
The QWERTY.
Yeah, the QWERTY, the damn old QWERTY. So I fuck around with that, and like I'll find a chord I like or a little progression I like, and then I'll see like, okay, what sounds good with this? And if I don't find something, then I'll just type them into Google search. Like I'll do like, what goes with A? First I'll type for example, AD like on my keyboard. I don't know. That's stupid. I don't know why I just tried doing that. C, D, and F. I don't know what the fuck that is. Or C, D, and E. So I'll Google search C, D, and E, and it'll be like, oh, that's a fucking. What chord is that? I don't want to sound stupid for the audience.
C, D, and E. That's C major.
Yeah, I figured.
C major.
correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, find me a source. C major, and then I'm like, okay, so it's C major. So what chords go with C major? And it's like, oh, to D minor.
No, I think straight up that's a nothing chord. you just put three notes together.
And it sounds like
are
like,
very
and I'm like, what
they're
goes
very
with
close
that?
to
And
each
I'll, like,
other.
find around, like, I'll just Google will tell me what goes with what and where, and I'll take those in. I'll put them in the fucking MIDI. I'll listen to it, and I'll be like, no, I don't like this, or I like how this sounds. What if I do this with it? Because, as you know, my knowledge in music theory is less that than my knowledge in mathematics. But you get by with it, and it's not for a lack of trying. Like, I do understand the necessity of music theory.
Yeah.
But it just takes time, And it's a little frustrating as well, because I feel like in music there's always this it's like a filter almost, where like you start off and you know nothing in an instrument, and you slowly start picking up skills, and it's really hard to like kind of get started. But once you kind of get started, you start picking up new things, and slowly you start learning more skills and getting better and getting better, almost you get to a point where what like you've learned all this stuff, and like to learn more fundamentals, it's too easy. It's too, you're too way past that as a skill level. But to learn the next thing, the next lesson, it's so fucking hard,
Oh yeah.
And like that gap is almost impossible to jump sometimes. And I feel like that's where I am after playing around with so many different instruments since I was 15 years old, and now I'm 25, and I can play a little bit of everything. That's an exaggeration, but I can play like guitar and saxophone, and I can play the drums, and I can understand the basics of bass, and I can understand the basics of a keyboard, and I understand the basics of production. And that's like, okay, so you gotta go back and learn music theory now. It's like, fuck, like,
yeah,
damn, man, that's like trying to teach me the syllables, and I already know like
it's
how to talk
honestly
Spanish.
Like learning learning a whole nother language. It's kind of insane.
It's
you
my
gotta
fault.
learn how to read it.
Yeah,
how to...
it's genuinely my fault, and I've been learning a lot. Like I really have, because like when I started 2020, I didn't know what a C major looked like, and I clearly still don't, because I just tried to make one and it didn't work. But I kind of understand it now, so I can tell you with complete honesty, no joke, I do understand a little more than I did before. But
that's good. It was forced on me when I was studying, so.
And I'm glad I just didn't have that benefit, because like I kept getting,
and I'm not that great at it
classes.
either. Like I can't like read a whole sheet of like music or anything like that.
I just want to know enough to defend myself,
That's kind of where I'm at, really.
Yeah. But I don't, and I feel like every time I tried to learn the fundamentals of an instrument, different things happened that pulled me out of it. Like the guitar, there was so many. Like the first time I did guitar lessons, I don't know if you did guitar lessons, but I did guitar lessons, and I did them in Levidown, and it was a long drive, and my grandma would take me, and it was a little expensive, and yada yada yada. So then I knew a lot by the time that my grandparents or my mom was like, listen, this is too expensive and it's too far, so we're just getting you out. I'm like, okay. So then I was out for like a year and a half when I was just doing my own thing. And then they bring me back in because I'm like, hey, I really want to keep learning. So I was like, okay, fine. So they bring me back in, and they put me on this group course. It's not an individual anymore, and everyone's new at it, so they're just starting over from the beginning. And I'm like, I know this, So I got a little arrogant, and it didn't work. So they got me out again. And then I started taking individual classes with this guy who's a friend of, or an older brother of a cousin of my brother's. And I didn't like his attitude. He gave me a lot of homework and gave me a lot of shit when I wasn't practicing, which fine, gotcha. I deserve it. But I guess I was too young and too arrogant again to understand that it was for my own good. So that didn't work out either. And then by then we were in Death from Above in a little like dinky ass high school band, and I was like, I don't need classes. And then after that we had Psychedelic Landing, me and Colonel and Gilbert, and I was just kind of going with it, and and then I picked up the saxophone. And the same thing happened with the saxophone. I had no idea what a saxophone, the difference between an alto and a soprano saxophone was in August. And by October, I was first seat, I guess, sorry, in the alto saxophone.
Oh, okay.
And I guess I got starstruck. Is that what you call it? No. Metrayé, you know?
Okay.
I felt like hot shit, so I stopped practicing. And it wasn't just that. It was like Sol de Villa, or de Villa, el maestro de música de nosotros. He would be like, aprendete esto from today to tomorrow. Because he was medio irresponsable. And he just needed it done. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll have to do it. I have no choice. I gotta get this done. And I would. And he'd be like, cho papi, tú eres la hostia. And I'd be like, you know what? He's right. I am la hostia, you know? And y me tiré para atrás. So, cogí un montón de malas costumbres. Y cuando me gradué finalmente de la high, que fui para la Universidad de Puerto Rico, ellos me dijeron, like, oh, you need to know how to read music to join. And I'm like, I know how to read music, but I translate it. Does that make sense? Because it's easier for the eyes if I just translate the sheet into like words. Like if I wrote la, do, re, it's just easier for me.
They weren't having
like,
it? That's
nope,
interesting.
you can't write on the sheet. If you can't do it, you're not good enough. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm not good enough. And I just
That's really interesting.
threw the saxophone in the trunk of my car and I never grabbed it again. And then drums, I never had a drum kit. I just showed up and Gilbert was like, I want to play the guitar today. And I'm like, okay. So I just had to practice. I had no choice. And I ended up picking up a lot from that as well. So I didn't really have lessons. So I just know all these fucking instruments, and to a point where it's annoying to have to go back to the fundamentals. But I understand that I kind of need them.
Yeah,
it's the worst. It's the worst feeling.
It's terrible. My guitar teacher was your saxophone teacher.
Soil, really?
Yep.
He taught you in school?
Straight up, like, no, and after school too.
Wow. I didn't know that. This is news to me.
I was just one day, because I think I was like looking at videos online. And I was seeing like people play guitar, and one of the recommended videos at the time. Did YouTube have recommendations?
I think so. A sidebar thing.
Yeah, so one of them was like, oh, the pentatonic scale. I'm like, oh, okay. I clicked on it. I learned it that night, and the next day I went to the class, and I picked up his guitar, and I played the pentatonic scale. And he perked up. He's like, hold up. What are you playing? I'm like, the scale. I didn't know what the scale was at the time. He's like, huh, interesting. You want me to teach you? I'm like, sure, yeah, okay, whatever.
So it was so cool.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
He's a good guy. A bit of an asshole, but I love him.
Yeah.
So
and
after
then
school, he would like you paid him
pretty
lessons,
much. Oh, okay. So why I didn't continue with guitar back then?
Okay.
I should have like kept going, but it just kind of broke me. Not broke. It didn't break me. It just it bummed me out, really.
What happened? Yeah.
So I had dinky guitar, right? Like fucking piece of shit. $100 like pawn shop or local guitar shop.
Is that
like
the blue
guitar?
Gibson?
No, there was a white like Stratocaster I had.
Gotcha.
That wasn't Fender or anything. It was like I don't even remember the brand. Yeah, it's like a cheap copy.
Yeah.
I was practicing on that, and then one year we came over to the States as a vacation, and we went to a guitar store, and I played a Gibson. I played a Gibson like Les Paul Jr.
Okay.
It was like the one pickup thing.
Right.
And I was like, Dad, I need this guitar. This is the one. Like this guitar speaks to me.
Right.
Every time I play a note, I hear my name.
Oh my god.
And he was like, okay, cool. And he was like, he checked the price, like,
Yo otra que diga tu nombre.
And he was like, look, I'll tell you what, you keep practicing, and we'll make it happen. I kept practicing it. It never came, which is understandable. At the time, it was like $900 or something.
Yeah.
Pretty, it's a big investment.
Yeah.
Like some kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I was like, man, I'm never gonna get that guitar, so I just fuck it. I just don't want to play anymore. Yeah.
Damn.
Just stop
What
playing.
about
But I
that
picked
blue
up the blue one I bought, but that one was cheap too. That was like fucking
That was a pretty
another
nice guitar, bro.
another Hyundai. Yeah, it was okay. It was a Les Paul Junior as well, but it was like it wasn't even by Epiphone. They had a brand called Maestro.
Yeah, I remember.
Which is like their lowest, like bottom of the barrel. Like, here's I got $100. What do you have? I have this plywood guitar that's blue.
Want it?
I was like, okay.
At least.
Well, and then I bought it. I was like, it looks like the Junior, so I'm a fucking. And I tried to play on that too, but
I gotcha, but nothing spoke.
Just
to you
wasn't
like
the same.
One.
Yeah. But yeah, that sucks. But yeah, now I'm back picking it back up. I actually have an actual Les Paul now, so that's pretty fun.
I guess I have I seen this? Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the there's this Fender. I don't know what it is. I'll find the name, but like I saw that guitar and the description of it, and I was like, I think this could get me back into it. Like, I hate to be that guy, but I could get back into it for that guitar. And I think I got the name here. Hang on. It was there was actually this quiz that Luis sent me, and he was like, "Oh, just take the quiz, and it's gonna try and find out what sound you like, and it'll give you a guitar that's right for you."
Okay.
And I was like, "Okay, that's stupid, but okay." And I'm gonna be honest. Like, I ended that quiz, and I was like, "Oh my god, this guitar is perfect."
Really curious as to what it was.
$300, like a Fender. What is it? Fuck. It's a freaking Fender. Luis knows. Like one of those. It's not, obviously it's not a Strat. It's like is it a Telecaster? Like
Telecaster's like the single cutaway, 2 pickup.
I think
it's like the big brother of the Strat.
I think it's a Telecaster. It's like, but not the Telecaster. It's like a type. I'm gonna look up here in the store and I'm gonna figure it out. Here we go. But like fucking, I would go back. I would go back for it. Or was it a Jazzmaster? I don't know what it was. But I need. Oh, here we go. It was a paranormal offset Telecaster. That's what it was. Oh my god.
Paranormal offset?
Oh yeah.
I've never heard that. I know what an offset is.
I think the paranormal is just like the name.
Oh, it's like a series type deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Paranormal offset.
Yeah, that guitar just spoke to me, and I didn't even play it. And I was like, paranormal. But I sent you the I sent it to you.
The link.
Yeah. But
I don't want to sign up.
I gotta get this fucking amp to work. It's either the amp or it's the lines. I don't know what it is. I feel like it can't be the line, and I'm being really what's the word, bitchy, I guess, about getting a new line because I just bought another one. And if I have to buy another, like a third line, because I bought 2 lines, it doesn't work. If I have to buy a third line, it doesn't work. I'm gonna flip my shit, So,
yeah, I think it might not be the line. It might be your amp. Your amp might have just given up.
I'm just gonna have to get a dinky ass $80 amp and a really amazing pedal. That sounds good.
I don't recommend that, but you can plug it into your interface.
Actually, yeah, you can plug it into the interface. Okay, then it has to be the line. There's no way because I plugged it in before. I think I'll try that tonight, and I'll
Okay.
report back to later after the podcast or whatever.
There's a there's free software, for like
Dude, I cannot plug in VSTs. There's something about VSTs in my Ableton that just does not work. You know this because you tried to help me. VSTs and Ableton in my computer do not get along. Let's actually set up a date on Wednesday night. My girlfriend
on
is
how to fix it.
Yeah, she's taking dance classes, so I'm not gonna really be available, like doing anything with her or with anyone. I'm probably gonna be home on my ass. So, fucking fix my shit. Take control of my computer through TeamViewer, because I am an old man who does not know how to use a computer, and fix my shit, please. I'm begging you. I'm hungry.
All right. But yeah, there's a VST that emulates like
I
guitar.
bet you and fucking Louise got all these amazing VSTs and like, oh, what do we do? I just do this, and I'm just like, well, let me keep using my default fucking library of sounds by Ableton. It's surprising I can make music at all.
Yeah, dude. Because Ableton's the version that we have, it's pretty good, but it doesn't bring a lot in terms of like instruments. There's a lot of instruments for Ableton. Just we don't have the version that brings it.
Studio, because we broke ass bitch.
We have the middle one, which is like I forget what it's called. It's like the $200 one or whatever. If we wanna go big, we gotta drop like 8 dookies, 800
Dookies?
dookies.
Dookie Wookies? I don't know about that shit. I don't
No, I think I'm
not
good
that
too.
good. I want a bass.
I honestly want
a bass and keyboard. That's what I want.
bass on keyboard. Yeah. I'm trying to find this thing you sent me, but
The what?
I don't see paranormal.
I sent you the freaking link.
Yeah, but there's like 50 different guitars here.
Just click the link.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's one guitar. Just click the link. Like, what?
There's 50.
I'm gonna have to fucking snip tool this shit.
It's okay. I'll just
No. I'm
no, it's too
using
late.
the snip tool.
I already looked it up. It's okay. I already got it. I looked
It
it up.
has
Don't
to
worry
be in fucking surf
about it.
green.
Okay. So it's a Telecaster, but it's got like the jazz master.
Exactly.
Like body.
Exactly. And it says Squire on the headboard, so you know it's cheap.
Yeah. I mean,
So you know that it
matter.
costs like $300. So that's how you know that's for me. Because I'm not gonna drop a whole dookie.
one whole dookie.
I'm gonna
For one
drop
guitar.
a whole ass dookie for the amp to be like, oh, I don't know if I can play this. Fuck off.
Just a high pitched scream,
Yeah.
and it fucking blows up.
My fucking masterpiece is already like all beat up. I love that guitar, man, but fuck, it's all fucked up.
Oh, the VC Rich.
Yeah.
It's a nice guitar. It's nice. I like it.
Anyways.
Man, there's too many brands. You ever think like there's too many brands in terms of guitar?
I actually don't think
There's so many to choose from. Oh god, there's so fucking many. There's Fender, Gibson,
Yes.
Paul Reed Smith, fucking Jackson, Charvel, Ibanez.
Oh, Ibanez is great.
There's
Who are these guys?
Hmm?
Keep going.
Oh no, there's way too many to list. Honestly, kind of hurts my brain to think about it.
What guitar is this? ESP. Oh,
ESP as
I
well.
want
Yeah.
ESP so bad.
And then they all have like sister companies.
Yeah.
like
and
Squire,
daughter companies
Epiphone.
and son companies, and then there's like a brother-in-law. It's the same with
yeah.
cars. I don't know what to tell you.
There's just too many to choose from. Just ugh.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, I guess that's all I gotta say tonight. I honestly gotta drop a fat dookie. We said dookie too many times. My bowels were like, time to poop, time to poop.
Dookie, huh?
Dookie.
We can drop that right now if you want to, big boy.
Don't make me laugh too much. It's turtle heading already. So.
Oh no, God.
So let's just. I guess we could wrap it up here. It's a nice short one. Two brothers talking about music.
Two brothers in a van.
Two brothers in a van. In a fake taxi.
The whole fucking Rick and Morty thing.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
Oh.
Oh, the you mean this is okay? I see what you're.
Yeah, that episode. Two brothers. They're just two brothers.
Just two brothers. Who's cooler than the other one? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's such a funny episode.
I love it. All
right, I'm gonna go take a dump.
All right.
Anyways, thanks for coming, guys.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you on the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed us talking about music, unadulterated, for about an hour, and I'll see you then.
Don't invest in GameStop, you dummies. It's too late.